Hey guys, I am just going to do a quick video on how I do my wood grain barrel stripes, I guess is what we would call them. So this little black strips on a wood grain barrel. A lot of people were asking how I do it. So all I use is 4 pieces of vinyl, black vinyl, 651. I'm gonna apologize, my turner is squealing and it's terrible, I'm sorry. I use a piece of black electrical tape, and then you need your barrel. My vinyl is cut. Each piece is 0.30, and I cut them about 12 inches long just so I have a little bit of overhang. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So I usually take my barrel out for this part just because it's easier for me to handle. I'll have to wash it really well after I'm finished because of fingerprints. But so what I do is I like to take my strips, and I've cut, like I said, I've cut 4 about 12 inches long. You do not need them that long by any means. You could measure, but I like to have a little extra just in case. So I'm just going to take one, and the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to place the very first one right at the very rim. So to start it, what I like to do is peel it up just a little bit, just to where a corner is showing, just like that. Okay, and that gives me my place of where I'm going to put it. So I can stick it without having to worry about it touching anything else. So I'm just gonna touch it down for a second. We can play around with it if we need to. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull just a little bit back, just like that. And I'm just kind of holding on to it. And I am going to just go around. If you have a nice, firm grip, your vinyl kind of melts right into the cup and contours itself to the cup. As I'm getting closer to the paper, I'm going to pull back a little bit, just like that, and I'm just going to keep on going. I like to do it this way, that way you don't have to worry about the vinyl sticking or anything like that. And then you just want to come around and meet at the other side, just like that. And then I kind of press into it so I can see the indentation, and that way I know where I will cut. I'm not going to cut it just yet because I need my other handy dandy scissors. And see, I still have a couple inches left. So let me go grab my good scissors, if I can find them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back just a hair, and what I did when I made that indentation, it kind of shows me where I need to cut so you're not overlapping, just like that. And that is how I got the first one on. Okay, so the next one, what I do is I take my electrical tape, and I like to stick it so it's not super sticky, and I'm just going to place it down like so. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap it around the cup, just right. It doesn't have to be perfect because, well, I don't think anybody's going to measure, but you want it to where it's lined up, but you don't want it to overlap. And this is why if you stick it onto something, it will help it to be able to move a little bit, move around a little bit. Okay, so that is what I have so far. Next thing I'm going to do is the same exact thing. I'm going to take another strip, and this is why I cut it, so I can peel it back slowly. I just find this works for me. I don't use transfer tape with these. I just think it's kind of, I don't know, it's harder for me, but whatever works for you. So I'm just going to peel back, and I'm going to cut these. So I have my, and I'm going to start at the same spot as I started on this one. And I do have, my electrical tape was not very straight here, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So what I want to do is I'm going to, I can't even hardly see that seam. I'm just going to go like that, right there. I'm going to peel. Like that. And I'm just going to go right below the electrical tape. And like I said, it curves with the cup, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about warping or contouring anything. Just like that. I've got my little piece right there. And then I am going to take my electrical tape real quick, and I'm going to carefully peel it off, place it for the next one. And then I've got my little indentation here, so I'm just going to take my little scissors. You know what I need? I need one of those little cup cradles to hold my cups in place. Okay. And then I'm gonna go down. Okay. So that is how I get my barrels. And then I will flip it over and I will do the same exact thing on this side. And then I'm gonna show you real quick how I do the paint. The little nail heads. I just take some metallic paint and I just use what's in the cap, and I use this little, just any paintbrush will do. You're just going to use the very end, and I just tap it and then tap, and that's it. And I'm just going to do that randomly. Stuck my cup in something sticky, guys. And then for this one, what I do is I go kind of opposite of where I have them on that. So, and then that is it. That is all you do. And then you'll just do the same thing on the bottom. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks. Bye.